afternoon, everyone. Patrick French, founder and head of FX trading at the Berkshire Exchange. Hope you're all well. Just wanted to round off this week with some technical analysis to show you guys how the markets have been trading recently. So we're going to jump straight in by having a look at the pound versus the US dollar. So if we go back to mid-June, we saw that the market broke below this crucial 140 level. We came down to test this 138 support level, had a nice push back up to 140 to retest that area. We were sharply rejected once more, came back down to this 138 area. It looked as though we were going to start heading up, had another rejection early this week, and then since then we've consolidated sideways. Coming into today, however, we are starting to see signs that the pound is breaking back above this support level. We are bullish on the pound, so we do expect to see sterling continue to appreciate in the medium term at least. So in terms of price targets, if you're looking to buy dollars in July, if we can get back up to 140, that would be a very good place to buy dollars. So that is our price target for July. If you do need to sell dollars, then this would really be the area that you're looking to sell your dollars, as we are down at a support level now, and obviously it would be better to sell those dollars whilst they're strong. So that's the pound versus the US dollar. Let's move on to have a look at euro dollar, which is quite similar to the pound dollar. So since we broke below this sort of 121 area middle of June, came down, tested this 118.50, pushed up to about 119.75, just shy of 120, came back down, retested this same support area. Earlier this week we actually saw what essentially looks like a fake breakout. So we broke below the support level. However, yesterday we had a decent pushback up into that level, and as you can see today we're trading up at 118.59, breaking above this support level. We do expect to see the euro also appreciate versus the dollar in the short to medium term. So in terms of price targets for July, if you're looking to sell dollars, then now would be the time to do so. If you're looking to buy dollars, then up at 120 is where we've set our target for July. Let's move swiftly on to the pound versus the euro. And as you can see here, let me just zoom out actually. So as you can see here, we've got this 116.50-ish area, which has been acting initially as resistance. We bumped our head several times, we couldn't break above it. Now that we have finally broken above it, we've actually started to use this area as a support as opposed to resistance. And also last week we identified this ascending channel that the market is operating within. So now we've got two forms of support to actually hold the pound up. If we do see a break below this support area and below this ascending channel, that would be obviously a significant sign, and we probably push back down to around 115, which again is another significant level. As you can see, looking to the left, we've had multiple areas of support down at 115. So as it stands at the moment, if you do need to sell euros, now would be the time to do so, as the market seems to be supported and could possibly push up. As I mentioned before, we are bullish on the pound, so over the coming weeks and possibly months, we do expect to see sterling continue to appreciate. In terms of your July price target, if we can get up to the top of this channel, which will bring us roughly somewhere between 117.50 to 117.70, that would be a great place to buy euros. Our price target is 117.50, so that's where you should be looking to buy your euros. So that's sort of wraps up the main G3 currencies. I'll just quickly show you a couple of other currencies as well. So if we switch over to the pound versus the Swiss franc, we can see that since beginning of April, the market fell below 128, and ever since we've just consolidated in this range between 128 and 126. Yesterday we had a very sharp drop down to the 126 support area. As you can see, today we're finding support, currently trading up at 126.39. If you need to sell francs, now's a great time to do so. Target for July up at 128. Let's move swiftly on to the Canadian dollar. Just recently broken back above this 172 level. We've been stuck below it since end of April, beginning of May. Bumped our head a couple of times on this resistance area, had a fake breakout, broke back down below, bumped our heads once again, and then coming into early part of this week, we finally broken back above. So good time to buy some Canadian dollars if you need to. Over the coming weeks, target will be back up at this resistance zone of 176. So that's our July price target to buy Canadian dollars. And then finally, I just want to show you this chart, which I think is very interesting. This is the pound versus the Japanese yen. I've just switched to a monthly perspective to bring your attention to this descending trend line. This trend line, believe it or not, goes back 14 years. So it's been sort of a long time coming for us to have this third touch. And if you know anything about trend lines, a lot of the time once you make a third touch is when you get a lot of momentum. So you know, if that holds true, then we could get a massive move lower, you know, similar to what we've seen previously the last two times we've touched the line. Of course, not necessarily that happens. We could, you know, sort of break out and continue to move higher. You know, sterling has been very bullish this year, but I find it interesting that we are at you know, that crucial area. And if we look at a daily chart, we can see since we came up and tested that descending resistance trend line, we've essentially consolidated sideways, had a bit of a sharp move down, went back up to try and retest it, couldn't even get back as high to retest it, and then since then we've been just kind of slowly meandering lower, a couple of sharp days lower actually this week. Finding a little bit of support today up at 152.12. If you do need to buy Japanese yen, considering you know, we started the year down at around 141 and we're up at 152, so you know, 1100 basis points higher than where we started the year. It's, you know, it's a great time to buy Japanese yen, whichever way you want to look at it. If you do need to sell some yen, price target would probably be if we can get down to about 150, which is in line with this previous support area over here to the left. So that will wrap it up for today, guys. I don't want to go on for too much longer. Hope you enjoyed the content. So there's some useful price targets for you guys to look out for in the next couple of weeks and months if you do need to buy and sell currency. So I hope you find that useful. If so, then please do give the video a like. It massively helps out the channel, helps us to spread our reach. And also feel free to send me a DM if you'd like to discuss your currency exposure, or even if you just like a quote, that's absolutely fine. Happy to help. And you can also follow me on social media on Instagram and Twitter at the handle at PatrickFrench85. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Enjoy the football on Sunday. Hopefully we bring it home, and take care for now.